No, we've had discussion about everything. It's not with BCCI, but overall that we want our best players to be playing as much cricket as possible, and it's good for Indian cricket as well. Because if there is continuity and if we can put our best players on the park as regularly as we can, it is only going to help us get the results as well. No, there's no gap. Criticism. My job is to win trophies, not views and likes. That's all I believe in, and that is the difference between me and everyone. I wish I could talk. I could tell you about the conversation normally that we have, me and the chairman selectors have. It's only about how we want to move forward with Indian cricket and what is important and what are the right decisions to make for betterment of Indian cricket and all those things. What other conversations can a head coach and a chairman selector have between each other? So probably it's only around Indian cricket, how we see Indian cricket moving forward. Not at all. We're not struggling that much. Rankings do not matter. I think we are going through a transition, and I'm sure that people sitting in press box and in the commentary box know that we're going through a transition. And despite of that, yes, there will be blips, there will be ups and downs. But I thought that since last 1 year, since the England tour, I think we've played reasonably consistent cricket and Test cricket as well. So I think you guys can go by the ranking, but we don't because we know that where we are heading and wherever we are heading, we're heading in the right direction. Extremely satisfying because when you get those younger players coming in and delivering straight away. But again, there's still a lot of work to be done. You can't judge players by only one or two performances. Yes, there's a lot of talent. That's why they're playing for India and they've delivered straight away, which again is very good for Indian cricket as well because we want to see that depth not only in white ball cricket but in red ball cricket as well. And I've seen that they've getting an opportunity at number 3 and making the most of it. Manav coming in and delivering in those two test matches. But again, as I said, that judging players by only one or two test matches is not going to be fair because we want to give them a longer rope. At the same time, we'll keep backing them because there will be ups and downs in test cricket. We know how tough test cricket is and test format is. And that is, again, good for Indian cricket because of the depth as well. Look, don't curb the shot. Just get better at it. If I start telling players to curb everything, and start talking about the dismissals of whatever shots they play, how will they score runs? Everyone's got their own shots to score runs, but ultimately, if you're getting out in a particular shot, rather than just curving it down, just keep getting better at it. That's how I look at cricket, and that is how I look at sport as well. I'm not someone who's going to tell guys not to play a certain shot. For example, if someone gets out pulling, rather than telling him not to pull, I would rather tell him to get better at it. And that's how I see sport, and that is how we want to see these guys getting better at everything that they do. Now we should only control what we can control. I think there's no point thinking of what other teams are doing. They can control what they can control. We can control what we can control. The only thing we are looking forward to is the test match, which is going to start tomorrow, and try and control the controllables. No, we'll try and pick the best bowling attack which can get us 20 wickets. You can score 1,000 runs in Test cricket. There's no guarantee that you're going to win a Test match. But if you get 20 wickets, you have all the probability and possibility of winning the Test match. So for me, I think winning Test matches, you try and pick the best attack that can get you 20 wickets, whether you've got three left-arm spinners in it, or whether you've got an offie, or whether you've got three seamers. So we have all our options open. Look, ultimately, we know that how good a bowler Kuldeep is, and more importantly, sometimes it's up to the captain as well, where he feels that if his two other spinners can get him wickets, looking at the conditions, what pace he wants a certain spinner to bowl, and it's not about guys under bowling, and it's about getting the result. For me, I think that is more important. When you play five proper bowlers, someone will eventually go under bowl, and that is what Test cricket is all about. But it's not about someone not delivering and going under ball. It's about who he feels, the captain feels, or the management feels can be most threatening on those particular in that particular condition. So for me, I think the conversation that I've had with Kuldeep is just try and bowl your good spell rather than looking desperate to take wickets. Because sometimes, as a wrist spinner, when you're looking and you're desperate to take wickets, I think your control can go away as well. But for a very long period of time, we rate Kuldeep very highly, and we know that how successful and how threatening can he be in every condition given to him. But again, I think the same thing as I said that we're going to try and pick the best attack of what can deliver in these conditions. No, we really enjoyed it. I thought the test match, it was a very good test match wicket. It had something for everyone. It had spin for the spinners. Batters could bat even on day 5 as well. And if you bend your back, there was something for the seamers as well. So I thought it was a proper test wicket. And we expect the same here as well. We want to work extremely hard, not only for 1 or 2 days, but extremely hard for 5 days to win a test match. And that is exactly what we did in the last test match. That is why it was very, very pleasing for us that we worked extremely hard. We did the right things right in test cricket. Guys got in, make those big runs. We had partnerships. We batted first. We batted for 4.5 sessions, put big runs on the board. That is what the key is in these subcontinent conditions. If you bat first, you try and bat big so that you can control the test match from there. And then we had wickets from our seamers. We had wickets from our spinners as well. So I'm not going to say that it was a perfect test match, but that is how we want to see test cricket going forward as well, so that teams have to work extremely hard to win a test match over a course of 5 days. See, ideally, I would want a three-test match series. I've always believed that there should always be a possibility for a team losing the first test match to come back and win a series. Because sometimes what happens is in a two-test match series, if you lose the first test match, there is no chance for the other team to come back and win the series. The maximum you can do is probably draw the series. But again, short turnaround, that's fine. Other teams are doing that as well. We are professional cricketers. We know how to manage our bodies. We know how to recover quickly as well. That's why there are days when we give players optional practices, seamers off days as well, because as we all know that in these conditions, for seamers it can get extremely tough as well. So we try and manage it, but I'm fine with that. But as I said, that ideally I would want that there should always be a 3-test match series rather than a 2-test. देखिए, अगर बहुत ही फ्लैट हुआ तो फिर बॉलर्स को मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, और मे बी एक्स्ट्रा जो और ज़्यादा एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत है, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने बोला कि आपको 20 विकेट लेने ही पड़ेंगे अगर आपको टेस्ट मैच जीतना है। आप पहले बैटिंग करके 700 रन भी बना देते हो, उसके बाद अगर 20 विकेट नहीं लेंगे तो अल्टीमेटली ड्रॉ ही होता है। तो अगर फ्लैट हुआ तो अल्टीमेटली हमारे पास एक ये लक्ष्य है कि हमारे पास 5 प्रॉपर बॉलर्स हैं। तो जब आपके पास 5 प्रॉपर बॉलर्स होते हैं तो आप अपने बॉलर्स को बेटर रोटेट कर सकते हैं। लेकिन अगर आप सिर्फ 4 बॉलर्स के साथ खेलते हैं तो फिर कई बार बहुत ज़्यादा हार्ड वर्क है। जैसे हमने पिछले टेस्ट मैच में भी देखा कि अगर कुलदीप ने बहुत बॉलिंग नहीं डाली, उसके बावजूद हमारे पास 5वां बॉलर था जो किसी भी स्टेज पे कभी भी आके आपके लिए विकेट ले सकता था। लेकिन नहीं, अगर आपका 5वां बॉलर पार्ट टाइमर हो तो फिर आप अपने सीमर्स को भी बहुत ज़्यादा रोटेट नहीं कर पाओगे, और अपने सीमर्स को आपको वापस जल्दी लेके आना पड़ेगा। आप अपने सीमर्स को इन कंडीशंस में तब लेके आना चाहते हो जब वो आए और इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करे रादर एक डिफेंसिव ऑप्शन। तो हमारे पास वो लग्जरी है, और मैं हमेशा ये कहता हूँ कि जिस टीम के पास 5 प्रॉपर बॉलर्स हैं उसके पास हमेशा ज़्यादा चांसेस हैं टेस्ट मैच जीतने के। Look, we don't talk about it. As I just mentioned, try and stay in the present. The entire focus is about looking forward to the next 5 days, and more importantly, looking every session and every hour as well. You don't control what's going to happen over a period of next 5 days. You can only control what you can control in that first session and then in that one particular hour. And that is how we want to see these things as well. It's not about where we're going to be at the end of the World Test Championship cycle. It's about if we can continue to try and win test matches, everything else will take care of its own self. So rather than thinking too much ahead, let's try and stay in the present. And that is what the beauty of sport is, that the more you stay in the present, the more you have the opportunity to get the results in your. I like it because, as I just mentioned it to you, that the team should always have the opportunity to win the series. I know World Test Championship is important, but at the same time, winning the series is equally important as well. That teams can come from behind and still end up winning the series. I still remember that series between India and Australia, where India was 1 down and they still managed to come back and win that series 2-1. Normally, if you have those 3 test match series, it's always more exciting. Oh, absolutely. I think someone getting an opportunity and making the most of it, what better can it be for Indian cricket? We keep talking about the depth. We keep talking about that we need to have a bigger depth in red ball cricket. We know that how much depth do we have in white ball cricket, but the more depth we have in red ball cricket, it is always good for that dressing room as well. And we want to have that competition. Not from a It's not a bad thing, because when you have competition, you want people to keep getting better as well. And the prime example was Dave. When he got his opportunity, he waited for a long time because Sai was batting at 3, and he waited and he made the most of it as well. And that is what we expect players to do. And the same was with Manav as well. Whenever he got the opportunity, he made his debut against Afghanistan. It was a big series for him. He had put his hand up, which again is good for Indian cricket, because these guys are young and these guys are the guys, if they continue to put their head down and keep working hard, will take Indian cricket forward as well. And there are other talented guys sitting in the dressing room as well. Sai is going to be part of the dressing room. So, which is again good. The more depth, the better it is for Indian cricket.